it's not even so much whether you always do it, right? Meaning, it's not so much that every time you get stressed, you drink. The question is, every time you get stressed, do you think about drinking, right? That's not normal. I mean, we're all not normal, but like, that's
Right.
not good. That's not where you want to be, right? The other thing is that, like, drinking, right, is drinking for fun, is a recreation, right? When you're doing it professionally, right? When you're doing it like to kind of cope with reality, it's no longer fun. Oftentimes in life, we pretend that it's fun, right? But like, if I'm drinking because I can't handle how bored I am, right? And I go to boredom because it's a big thing for kids. So it's pot or other drugs, right? Like, I'm not having fun. I'm not drinking for fun. I'm drinking to cope with boredom, right? And now you're in a very kind of like destructive space. It's not like destructive, acutely destructive in the moment. It's just like, if you repeat that pattern again and again and again, you're never going to learn how to be bored. And if you never learn how to be bored, you can't really be effective at like doing like a lot of things.
Present.
Like, you can't be present in the moment. You can't learn effectively. You can't study effectively, because you're always kind of looking for the thing that can get me out of myself.
It's so interesting. It's so interesting what you said, that like, that if somebody has an unhealthy relationship with alcohol, for example, with substances, it's like kind of they're working at it. It's not something that they're. Is that what you're saying? It's not fun. That the drinking is not necessarily in a light way. Is that what you're saying? That it's like.
Well, I mean, it's funny. I use like a recovery like slogan, like, you know, talk about someone being a professional. But like, it's an interesting like it's an interesting metaphor, because like, I love what I do, right? I love the work that I do, but it's work, and it's very different than the things I do for recreation, right? In many ways, right? And I come out of those things with very different feelings, right? And obviously, it's not a total, complete metaphor, but that's kind of part of this. Drinking, particularly when you're doing it recreation, let's say, if you're not doing it like in the context of avoda, right? But let's say you're like drinking for recreation. You're sitting around, you're drinking. It's supposed to be recreation. But like, once you like need it, once you're relying upon it, you can't really call that recreation, right? Like, I'll constantly laugh when I laugh with people. I try to help them understand the absurdity of it when an adult or a child says, yeah, I smoke weed recreationally every day, all day, right? That's not recreation anymore. The only one who plays basketball all day, every day is like a basketball player.
Basketball player.
They're not having as much fun as the rest of us, because it's their job, you know, when they're playing it professionally. It's just different.